Hello, good evening, my viewers, and I'm here to answer a question that have been asked by most of you about our tuition. So I don't want to call it tuition, we call it remedial lessons. Mostly huwa naitag kwa page inaitwa Zippylessons. Now, Zippylessons was started in 2020 during corona period, wakati watoto walikaa nyumbani for a very long time. And by then, I was not under TSC, so I was employed in a school. And those who are in a private school can tell you, or mission school, is that ilifika mahali mshahara ikakatika. So I needed to look for a way to survive. And with a group of teachers, actually we started with 3 teachers. So tulikuwa na mwalimu wa hesabu, mwalimu wa chemistry na mwalimu alikuwa anafunza nini? I think physics and biology. So we started, the 3 of us, and okay, we were starting for 2 reasons. One, we didn't have a source of income and we needed to survive. And number 2, the other reason is because we wanted to keep our student busy. Remember, it was a very long period na hatukuwa na kazi. Wanafunzi walikuwa nyumbani very idle. So when we were starting, we were looking for parents wenye wanaweza tupea watoto for physical tuition, ile yenye unaenda kwa kina mtoto, because by then the government was very strict on tuition. So if we had to do it, we would have done it through hiding. It should not have been so much exposed. So when I advertised the first time, the parents I was getting were parents from far. Napata mwingine anakuambia niko Gilgil, mwingine anakuambia niko Naivasha, mwingine anakuambia niko Nyahururu, anakuambia niko Nairobi. So I didn't know what to do. And that is why when we sat down and agreed, what if we started virtual lessons or lessons that would do online? And we started by doing it through Zoom with one student, and it really worked well. Because by then we would do Zoom, a lesson, then we would give the student an assignment, and then they would send what they had done on WhatsApp. It was a bit tiresome, but we did it. So after Corona, now I moved to a public school, and the first holiday, that was on 2021, 3 parents called me, wakaniuliza, Zippy, kwani ufanyi tuition and everything? And I thought this can be a way of, then I was not very busy, so I thought because I'm just in the house, I can also still do the remedial lessons. So that is when I started Zippylessons. So Zippylessons, I advertise it mostly on Facebook and on my WhatsApp wall, and I get So I was saying, when I advertise it, mostly I start advertising just a few days to closing of schools. So I get students from everywhere. Like right now, I have a student who come all the way from Marsabit. So mostly we concentrate on online lessons or virtual lessons, whereby we are 7 teachers. Currently, we are 7 teachers. And we come up with a timetable, and every teacher teaches at the comfort of their home. So hakuna mahali tunakutana. Every teacher teaches at the comfort of their home, and the students have the timetables. Like now, I'm sharing a timetable for the lesson starting tomorrow to all our students. So students are in class exactly at the time they are supposed to be, and it has really worked for us because, you see, these students, when they close school, most of you parents will give them phones. And mostly these students will use these forms for things like the social media things. But when you give, you see, you cannot control them 100%. As far as we advise you not to give them phones, computers, you cannot remove your TV when they are at home. So mostly they concentrate on issues that are not important. But when you give them that phone, and half of the day they are in class, because we monitor them. We monitor them. I get to class at the beginning of every lesson. I get to class, I take the register. If your daughter or son is not in class, I call you to ask you what is happening. So we monitor them, meaning when you are at work, because our classes run from 8 to 8 in the evening. So kuna breaks kidogo hapo, but 8 to 8 in the evening, they are covered. So when you're at work, you know that your daughter or son, even with that phone, at least half of the day, they are using that phone for to do what they're supposed to be doing, to study. So most parents say that students are supposed to relax during the holiday, but okay, as a teacher, I would say it's true. They require that break. But you see, they don't know how to manage the free time. So that is why we come in as Zippylessons. We try to manage time for them. At least half of the day they are covered, they are doing revision. So our lessons, we do not cover syllabus. We do not cover syllabus in any way. What we do is revision. That is why we call them remedial lessons. So mostly teachers will do a summary of the topic, and then after the summary, they'll come up with as many questions as possible. Then before the end of the lessons, they'll give like 30 minutes for the student to ask questions. And at the end of the lesson, they give an assignment. So that is a way of keeping this student busy. So that is what Zippylessons is all about. I've got parents who keep asking, why do you want this student to be busy? Wametoka shule tena. So I advise you, you see, when we close school, wewe hufungi kazi yako. And most of these students, si kama sisi tulikuwa tunaenda kwa shamba. Saa hii wengi wetu tuko kwa towns, so hakuna kitu wanafanya kwa nyumba. So they will stay on that sofa the whole day with the remote. So to control that, that is where now Zippylessons comes in. So most of you have been asking me, explain how do you do it virtually? So virtually means they only need a computer or a laptop or a tablet or a phone. Then you need a very strong Wi-Fi, because we teach through Zoom, and Zoom require a very strong Wi-Fi. So when you have that, leave the rest to me. So for this term, the students are paying 1,500 per week. So we are very cheap. 1,500 per week is very cheap. If you check with other people, it's very cheap. So per week, 1,500, and we are covering mostly sciences, languages, mathematics, and humanities for the Form 4s. So for the Form 4s, to may include humanities, but for other classes, it's just sciences and languages and mathematics. So we give so much consideration to sciences and mathematics, because most parents, when they are looking for tuition, that is what they ask for. Nataka mwalimu wa hesabu na sciences. Nataka mwalimu wa hesabu na sciences. So my wish is that parents, you just embrace virtual lessons, because there is no space for a teacher to come. And you see, in high school, if you want your student to be covered in all subjects, then it means you will be calling 12 teachers in your house. So just embrace the online lessons, and also just keep these students busy during the holiday. So I wish you all the best. We start our lessons tomorrow. For those who have registered, this term this holiday we have 105 students. 105 students. So thank you, parents, for trusting in me, because it is you trusting in me. And I tell you, your kids will become.